topic of my talk is I decide what it actually takes to turn the page. Now, there's a version of this post and that is clean and encouraging. That isn't this version, okay? And I want to make sure that first I introduce myself. I'm Coach Christine. I'm founder and CEO of the Clarity Collab, and I am excited to be here on Substack. I feel like I have found my people here. And if you are watching this video, I would love for you to just say, hey, in the chat below so I know that you are here. And I'm excited. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to share a little bit of my story. So the truth is that my past is not a carefully curated story of challenges that I rose above with grace and good theology. It's way messier than that. There was abuse, there was heartbreak, there was sabotage, and some of it was from people that I trusted. And if I'm being honest, some of it was from me. There were decisions I made when I was running on survival mode and calling it strength all along. There were seasons I'm not proud of, and for reasons I don't really owe anyone an explanation for. But through it all, through all of it, God wasn't done with me. And that truth, though, it is beautiful. That truth alone didn't save me from myself. I had to choose. And that's the part that doesn't get talked about enough. That part that says, I choose. People love the testimony when it's packaged clean, the breakdown, the breakthrough, end scene, right? But what nobody tells you about real recovery, real rebuilding, real turning the page is that it's not a moment. It's a decision you make repeatedly on the good days and on the terrible ones. On the days that you feel it and the days that you absolutely do not. I decide is not a feeling, it's a posture. Forgiving yourself isn't a one-time event. It's more like a practice you return to, especially when something triggers an old memory or when you catch yourself collapsing back into a version of you that no longer fits your life. I've had to forgive myself for not knowing what I didn't know yet, making choices from fear and calling it discernment, staying too long in places that were costing me more than I was willing to admit, and being someone I didn't recognize and not knowing how to find my way back. None of that goes away by telling yourself a prettier story. It goes away slowly, honestly, when you decide that the weight of it isn't yours to carry forever. The chapter's written, you cannot rewrite it. But what you can do is stop reading it on loop. Stop repeating it over and over for everyone that comes into your life. What you can do is lay it down, not because it didn't happen, but because it doesn't have to define what happens next. And let's be real, that is not denial, okay? That's stewardship. You are not the worst version of yourself. You are not the most broken moment that has ever happened. You are not the sum of every mistake, every betrayal, every season you barely survived. You are the woman who is still here. And that woman has a next chapter. God is already writing it, but he's not going to force you to turn the page. And that's the part that is yours. That's the part that you get to step into. I'm still on the path. I'm still choosing. I'm still deciding day by day. And this story of mine, it's not over. Why? Because I decide that this story isn't over. And I want to know, are you still choosing for you? Are you choosing that your story isn't over today? If this landed for you, please share it. Please share it in your Substack. Share it with a woman who maybe needs permission to stop carrying what she's already survived. If you're in a season where you know you need more than a good post or a good live on Substack, then that's what I'm here for. Maybe the Clarity Collab exists for women just like you, and I'd be happy to share what I have available. You let me know. Thanks. Love you. Have a great day.